All right, hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to another video. I've been away for a little while. I haven't really uploaded anything in the last couple of weeks because I had to take a little bit of a break for medical purposes. Nothing too crazy. I just needed to have, I guess if we're sharing here, I had to have an abscess drained essentially. Again, nothing crazy. It was something it was a little painful, it was a little irritating, but it wasn't anything like life threatening. So don't worry, I'm good. I just needed to get something cut open, drained, cleaned, and that was it. It was like a 20-minute surgery. So I'm all good. And so because of that, and because of where that abscess was located, it was kind of difficult for me to be able to go for a walk or just go for walks in general and record content for the channel. So I did participate in a couple of CommDays in the last month. I did do the Frigibax one, which I did have footage for, but I think I've decided ultimately to just not edit that and to not upload it because I feel like it's just gonna take too long, and I kind of want to move on from that and focus on things that are a little bit more current and things that are coming up. So I did do the Frigibax CommDay. I did go out for a walk. I did record all the stuff that I needed for the most part, but I'm not gonna upload, or I'm not gonna edit that. I'm not gonna upload it. So that's gonna be out of the question. What I will do is go over the results of that, how many Frigibax or how many shiny ones I caught during CommDay. And then the same thing for the most recent one with Sobble. I did participate in that somewhat. I did catch a few of them, and we'll go over that here in just a couple minutes during the video. Also, at the time of recording, it is, I believe the June Go Pass already ended this morning, actually. It's Tuesday, July 7th. So this morning at 10 a.m., the June Go Pass already ended. So I'm gonna go over that as well here at the start of the video, once I complete this intro, of course. And we'll go over that to see if we can get any shiny Pokemon from those encounters. And of course, that means that we have Go Fest coming up this weekend that I will be participating in also. I still haven't decided if I want to go for a walk and do all of that. Not because of, because of me getting the abscess drained and stuff like that. I can walk perfectly fine now, and it doesn't hurt when I walk or sit or anything like that. However, as I mentioned, or actually, I don't even think, I think that was mentioned in my previous video, which I'm not even going to upload. Okay, so I guess I'll iterate it here. So what I'm going to do is, going forward, since it is kind of annoying and a little bit frustrating to have the GoPro always shut off on me when I'm going out for walks on these really hot days, it shuts off because of overheating. I don't know if I'm going to continue to use the GoPro in the way that I'm using it right now. I need to find some way where I can keep the GoPro cool, or just cool enough that it's not gonna shut off every 5 minutes that I'm trying to record, therefore ruining any footage that I would have taken. The alternative is I can bring my heavy 5-pound camera and hold it out while I'm walking and do that. But that's just the problem. It's heavy. It's not the easiest thing. It's not the most convenient thing to carry around. The reason why I had the GoPro in the first place is because it's super lightweight, and it's kind of discreet too. Like I'm holding it out and it just looks like I'm holding a stick. Not until you take a closer look do you realize it's a GoPro, it's a camera. So that's why I got it in the first place. But also I think that because of it has this thing where it just overheats and it'll shut off on its own because of that, it makes it inconvenient and frustrating in that sense. So for the next, I don't know, a couple months, I'm gonna try to find an alternative to keeping it cool. I'm gonna try to find ways where I can keep it out of the hot sun as much as possible. I've had ideas like bringing an umbrella with me, but I think that's just way too big, especially when it's a hot day and it's sunshine. Like, it's not like it's raining or anything. It's just, there are no clouds, it's all sunshine, but I'm getting direct sunlight onto the camera. I'm getting direct heat onto the camera, and it's going to cause that to overheat and turn off in the middle of the recording, and I don't want that. Other ideas were to bring a damp towel with me and cover half of the camera at least to keep it, one, shaded, but also because it's damp, the water will help it keep it cool a little bit longer than what normally has been the average in the last couple of videos. Or to find some kind of casing for the GoPro that will keep it kind of protected from the heat, from the sun, especially in direct sunlight, for, you know, however many hours I end up going out for a walk when I do these sort of things. But we'll see how that goes. In the meantime, let's go ahead and go over the June Go Past Deluxe, and then we'll go over the results, or I say the results, but we'll go over how the CommDays for Frigibax went and how the CommDay for Sobble went. Okay, so we have a couple of Go Past stuff going on here. The first thing that, of course, I'm going to go over, like I was saying, is the Go Past Deluxe from June. So, like I said, it finished this morning as of recording. I think I got all the way down to 194 rank, as it says in the top left corner there. So close to 200. But, I mean, to me, that doesn't matter. A lot of it is just Stardust anyway. The key thing is that I make it to rank 100, which has, in this case, the Lugia encounter. But what I also did that I did much earlier on when I got to that was down here at rank 20, you get a timed incubator. And I wanted to get that as soon as possible so that way I can take advantage of it and try to hatch as many eggs as possible in combination with the infinite incubator that everyone has, you know, the one that you can just reuse over and over again. So that way I didn't have to use any of the ones that have 1, 2, or 3 uses to them. Aside from that, I have 383 in total, you know, like total things, rewards to claim here. So 383, as you can see right there. I'm gonna go ahead and do claim all to get all of the items first. That's 503 items is what it said, which is insane. And then I have 27 encounters with Pokemon. So let's go ahead and see if we can get any of these to be shiny. Not a shiny, no, not yet, not a shiny. Not a shiny, not shiny, not shiny, nope, 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 nope. I don't think so, no, okay. I think I kind of said no a little early there before I even got a chance to take a look at it. Not shiny, not shiny. These cannot be shiny, not yet anyway. Nope, nope. Still don't know if these can be shiny, but like before, I think the most important thing is knowing whether it's gonna be an authentic form or a counterfeit form. And of course, it's a phony form. No surprise there. Nuh-uh, nuh-uh, nah, new. Again, I don't know if these can be shiny, but you know, if it's like an authentic form or whatever it's called, and for this version of, or for this, it's not a regional variant. It's what's the Divergent evolution or whatever it is. Whatever the authentic form or whatever the real form is called, that's what I'm looking for. And this one's a counterfeit form. So this is the one that has counterfeit form. The other one is phony. So that one's authentic, or what's the antique form, I think is what it is. Antique and phony. This one is what, the other word that I said a minute ago. Authentic and counterfeit. I don't know. I honestly, I forget. No, not a shiny, not a shiny, not shiny. I'm pretty sure these can be shiny, right? Either way, not a shiny. Not a shiny. Not sure if this can be shiny, but either way, not a shiny. And then last, but definitely not least, Lugia. Not a shiny. Of course it's not a shiny. Why would I expect it to be a shiny? I can only hope that it could be shiny, but how can I expect it for it to be shiny, huh? There we go. Finally. Oh my god, that took me like 30 balls to throw, man. But does it have good stats? No, they're pretty ass. Still gonna keep it though because it's a legendary Pokemon. Why not? All right, so that will pretty much do it for the June Go Past Deluxe. The next thing that I want to go over here real quick is buying the July one because I haven't bought it yet. I don't know what I don't think there's a big like reward for this one. Oh no, because it has Pokecoins for this one. Okay, yeah, no, that's cool. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and buy it because I love to spend money, clearly, but that means a lot of coins by the end of all of this, so that's fine. I'm totally cool with that. All right, so now that that's out of the way, we'll take care of all this once I get to rank 100 or past rank 100, which I don't even know what the Pokemon is. Oh, it's a Ho-Oh this time. Cool. All right, so we'll get Ho-Oh by the end of all that. Makes sense since we just did Lugia for the June one. And then I want to go over this one here, this Go Past Deluxe Road of Legends. So this is a week-long event that started yesterday I guess yesterday morning, where you're gonna get up to rank 100 in order to, get what the actual big sort of rewards are, which are a golden bottle cap for getting your, one of your Pokemon's IVs up to perfect 100% across the board, 15, 15, 15, and a lucky trinket to then make a friend of yours become lucky friend so that you can guarantee a lucky trade from that. Now there are more rewards from here, which goes all the way down to 500, which is ridiculous considering that this is a 1 week event. 1 week event. I struggled to get to 30 when we had the 3 team leaders back to back with Blanche, Candela, and Spark. The goal was to get to 30, but there were times where I barely got to 30, or I barely made it in time to 30, but got it at the end, I think, or except for one of them probably. But crazy that they're gonna make us get all the way to 100. Let me go faster by just swiping the little arrows. Get to 100 in a matter of a week, which means that you have to be on top of doing a lot of raids, catching a lot of Pokemon, hatching a lot of eggs. It's gonna be ridiculous. So I'll try to do my best to get that done by the end of this 5 day, the 5 days that are left, 5 days, 7 hours, and see if I can actually make it to rank 100 to get the lucky trinket and the golden bottle cap. But we'll see how that goes. I'm gonna try my best, but we'll see. So for Frigibax Community Day, I did go for a walk for this. This was before I had to go to the hospital to get my abscess drained, but I was able to go for a walk and participate in it for, I think, for about an hour and a half, because I wasn't able to do the whole thing, but I was able to get 9 of them. So one fully evolved, of course, the one with the best IVs that I had, and then one with slightly worse IVs, but still pretty solid ones that I evolved to Arctibax, which in that case, it doesn't really matter because what was most important was getting a good IV one, a good IV Frigibax to get, to level it up to that way. So that way it has Glaive Rush. I didn't tell you pronounce it, right? Glaive Rush? I think it's Glaive Rush. And I do have, I think, like a handful of other non-shiny ones that I evolved that had also really good stats that I evolved obviously to get the CommDay move. And then one thing I also was able to do, which was pretty freaking insane, was I got a perfect IV one from CommDay. Fully evolved it, of course. And I don't remember if it's maxed out in terms of the, oh no, so it's not even maxed out yet. I can probably go up to there. So 3550, I almost said 35550. 3550 would be the max CP that I can do before I start using XL candy, which I'm not gonna use now. I think that I'm gonna say that for later. What I'm gonna do is, because I'm surprised I didn't do this before, I'm going to power it up to full CP, to max CP, before using XL candy, which I have 191. But there you go, a Hundo Baxcalibur. I almost forgot its name. A Hundo Baxcalibur from Frigibax Community Day. Good shit. Now for Sobble CommDay, this is where I already had my surgery to get the abscess drained, and I was pretty much at home, not being able to go for a walk that day. I still managed, from using both an incense and a couple of the lure modules on the Pokestop that's here on my house, I was able to get five shiny Sobble, and I evolved 2 of them fully into Inteleon. I can't remember what the stats were for this one. I mean, that's whatever. And then this one was, I don't know why I chose this one to fully evolve. I think I could have probably fully evolved this one instead, because I think it has better stats overall. Or maybe I did the math and this one actually has like one more stat than the other one does. But either way, I do have 5 in total, 2 Inteleon fully evolved to get Hydro Cannon, and then I would probably try to evolve one of these to get to the Drizzile is how you pronounce it. To get Drizziles to then have, you know, one of each in the evolutionary line. So not as eventful, even though it was only like 4 more for the Frigibax one, but still managed to get at least the 3 that I always try to go for. So that way I can at least get one of each of the evolutionary line. For a Pokemon like this that has 3 stages in total. Now, a couple more things too that I want to go over real quick are some other recent shinies that I've gotten aside from the ones from CommDay. The first one here being a Charmander with a party hat because of the 10th anniversary event that's been going on for the last, or actually that has been going on. Yeah. I think it's still currently going on. I can't really remember. But yeah, a Charmander with a party hat. So that's pretty cool. Its stats are whatever, but I think having just it being in the costume and it being for the anniversary event and also it being shiny, I think is pretty cool. I think if I do end up getting the golden bottle cap, this might be the one that I want to use it on because of the anniversary event. Next up, I have a shiny Bidoof. So this was also my first shiny Bidoof, which is really cool. I caught it yesterday. I think I was at work and I was just, you know, on my break and playing the game, and it spawned it, and I got it. I think it was pretty cool. And then finally, I got to participate in a remote raid of someone that I'm friends with here in the game. That they were out in California, in San Francisco, and there was a whole big raid event going on, which I don't even remember what it was called, but I think it's like it's some kind of like Road to Go Fest sort of thing, Road to Global Go Fest that was going on, and I was invited to a few raids actually. I was able to do like 5 raids, probably 5 or 6 raids. Of all 5 of those, this was the only one that happened to be shiny. And this was a first time shiny Regigigas, so pretty cool. I do like the blue accents on Regigigas, even though Regigigas overall is not a great Pokemon. Whether it's the mainland games, whether it's Pokemon Go, it's just a terrible Pokemon. Having a shiny one regardless is still really cool. And I do love that like indigo, like that dark blue indigo color that it has, and it looks so sick. It looks super cool. Anyway, that's gonna wrap things up. That's gonna wrap up my little recap, I guess, of the last couple of weeks of me, or well, actually about a month or so, because of the Frigibax CommDay being like 3 or 4 weeks ago already. So it's been a few weeks. Again, I haven't been able to just upload anything because of one, you know, kind of being too lazy to edit the Frigibax one, especially since I was gonna work on it the week, or literally like a day or 2 before I admitted myself into the hospital to then get rid of that abscess. I was gonna start editing it that week, but because of all that and because it was hard to sit, which would have meant me, you know, it would have been where I would have been sitting here at my computer editing for like, you know, a few hours. Over, you know, however many days, and that would have been very uncomfortable, again, because of the abscess and where it was. So it would have been a little challenging to do that for more than like an hour at a time. So I don't want to do that. I don't want to go through the trouble. I thought about maybe still editing it eventually and then just uploading it, you know, weeks later after it happened, but I just think that, like I said earlier at the beginning of the video, I would rather focus on things that are a little bit more current, or even if they just recently ended, work on or focus on those things, as well as other upcoming stuff like GoFest and other CommDay events and whatever other weekly or monthly stuff that happens in the game, or even, you know, timed research or special research for that matter, which I still have videos planned that I want to do. Now that I'm feeling a lot better, I'm going to start focusing on doing those in the coming weeks to kind of fill in the gaps between these events, especially once GoFest is done. I want to say that the game might come to a little bit of a standstill. There might be a few events here and there, but nothing big or crazy going on. We'll still have CommDays for the next couple months that have already been announced when they're going to happen. So I plan on doing those and other like smaller week-long events, or even some that are a little bit shorter. Like I mentioned, I don't even think I mentioned it, but unless I've uploaded my last video, but there are these like spread out events that are going to be, you know, like 4 days long, 5 days long, a week long, where it's like these, I forget what they're called, but it's the one where you can focus on catching Pokemon, doing raids, adventuring, so like going for walks, things like that, right? Like these little events that are scattered around for the next like month and a half, I think. So I want to focus on more of those things in the next like 2 months, instead of now trying to edit a video that I recorded like 3 or 4 weeks ago. That makes no sense. So that's why I decided to do it this way today, just kind of give you a recap, a brief one about some of the stuff that has been going on in the last couple of weeks, and then focus on now the future. As for GoFest coming up this weekend, again, as of recording, I still don't know if I'm going to, record it, try to record as much as possible, or try to record it and then, I have issues with the camera and then decide just not to record it and just recap. I hate to have to do that, but it is hot. We're in the beginning of July. It is hot here in South Florida. It's like 90, 95 plus degrees. So it's gonna make it kind of difficult to record that stuff and make sure that nothing gets not corrupted, but that nothing gets cut off while I'm recording. And then I have to keep, delaying things because I got to cool down the camera. And I don't want to deal with that. So I'll try, because it is a big event. It is something that only happens really once a year, and I want to try to vlog that. But if I'm gonna have issues where the camera is gonna keep shutting off, then I'm gonna scrap all of that. I will still participate. I'll go for walks and things like that. I'll try to participate in raids and whatever else, and then just kind of recap everything in a small or like 10-minute, 15-minute video, because that's the best that I could probably do without having to go through the hassle of dealing with equipment that just doesn't want to work properly because of environmental reasons. Anyway, thank you guys for watching today's video. I will see you guys very soon for both the GoFest stuff, the Global GoFest stuff, as well as doing some other videos where I want to work on some of these special research tasks that I've been kind of holding off now for weeks and for months even. So look forward to all those videos and all that content, and I will see you guys here next time, whenever that may be. So until then, take care.